Hi everybody, it's Lene. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. This is a continuation of our Christmas in July series, and I've got another one-page wonder, one-sheet wonder using 12 by 12 beautiful Christmas paper. This is from Paper Wishes hot off the press, Frosted Flowers 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. Let's take a look at this. Now you can do this with any 12 by 12 double-sided patterned paper, but I'm using what I have. Beautiful with this very frosty look with all these beautiful Christmas flowers, lots of magnolias, lots of poinsettias, and then we've got a piece of upside down ones. This is our cutout sheet. They're like card toppers traditionally, but I like to use them for little inserts. And we've got a little cutout sheet of greetings. So I came planned this time, you guys. I already know I'm going to use this one, this really pretty blue with the frosty and the cute little snowflakes. I have to tell you, it is weird doing a Christmas in July series because I am firmly not wrapping my head around the fact that it's time to plan Christmas crafts, but we're going to go for it. So we're going to be doing the base of the entire One Sheet Wonder using this double-sided, but I'm going to add some papers to it. So let's talk about that for making my tags and things like that, the insert stuff. So this is a beautiful little plaid. I like to mix up some patterns just to give it a little contrast here. So this one is a really pretty blue plaid, and it's from Joyful Christmas 12 by 12 pattern cardstock, also from Paper Wishes hot off the press. I'm going to link all of these down below so that, you know, in my supply list, so you can find them if you're looking for them. I've also got a beautiful sheet of polka dot vellum. You can see that. And I thought that would be really pretty to use with layered tags for Christmas. So we're going to go for that. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is cut this in half, but we have to decide how we're going to cut it depending on the pattern here. Now we've got the corners. I'm not too worried about that. The corners, those are going to work great. But this one, do I want to cut it down this way, if it folded this way, or do I want to cut it down this way? Okay, I figured it out. So we're going to do this. We're going to cut it into two 6 by 6. Excuse me, two 6 by 12. All right, so that's what we're going for. All right, so we've got this beauty that's so pretty. We're going to set this one aside. All right, so we've got this one. Now we're going to cut this one with this cool pattern right here. We're actually going to cut this one off. So now we're going to go and we're going to cut this into a 5 by 12. Excuse me, a 1 by 12. Here, I wrote it down. We're going to do 1 by 12. Ignore this part for now. So it's 1 inch. I'm going to get this out and do this properly, everybody. Okay, there's a 1 inch by 5. And we're just going to cut that. We got most of that beautiful border. Okay, we're going to set that aside. That's going to be a belly band. All right, so now I have, this is 5 inches wide by 12 inches long. All right, and we're going to cut this in half. Okay, so now we're going to be doing two 6 by 5s. All right, so now 5 inches wide. We're going to cut that to 6 inches. Okay, that's it. All right, now I'm going to get my scoreboard out. All right, so I hadn't thought about doing this part. So let me write down we're going to write down my score lines as we go. All right, so for this one right here, we're going to score this at 5 inches and 10 inches. Let me know if you guys, in the comments, if you guys like having this written down. All right, so we're going to score this. Let's see, which is the front and which is the back. I've got to plan a little bit. Yes. All right, so 5 inches. and 10 inches. Oops, get your finger out of the way, Lene. Okay. This is going to be the outside cover of our little one sheet wonder. And then we're going to do 5 inches there. All right. I think my score was a tiny bit off, so let's do that. There we go. All right, so that's how that's looking, like this. So let me show you my little inspiration before we go any farther. All right, so this is what we just did. And then inside, we're using our 5x6s to make a pocket here, pocket here, pocket here. And then this one flips up. Now, you could have it be this way and have little ephemera pieces and tags and cuteness here. Flip this up, pictures, whatever you want to do with that. Or you can do it this way. So you've got a tuck spot here, tuck spot here, tuck spot here, flip it, something here and something here, all right? And then it goes like this, and then we're gonna do a belly band. So lots of options there. I'm gonna be doing it this way, tuck spot, because I'm gonna be doing some long pieces of tags. And I think that for my purposes today, they'll be fitting in there a little better, and also it won't be sliding out. But see, you could do it either way. So I think it's pretty versatile. All right, so now let's do these pieces. These are really simple to do. Okay, we want to make sure we get the pattern going in the right direction. All right, so on these, we're going to score this at, oops, sorry, we want this way. So you want the 6-inch long piece going down, okay? And we're going to be scoring the 5-inch one. So we're going to be scoring it 6 inches long. That's important. All right, so we're going to first score it at 1/2 of an inch, right there. All right, and then we're going to score it at 3.5 of an inch. So I'm going to write that down for you. All right, on this one, we're just going to be scoring it at 3.5. So let's make sure we got it going in the right direction. I want to make sure my pattern here is going to work with the other one. I want to make sure. Okay. 3.5. We're not doing the score at the 1.5. Okay. Okay, got rid of that scoreboard. Now we're just going to go over these with the bone folder. That's that 3.5 inch mark. This is this 3.5 inch mark. And we've got this little 1.5 inch, or this 1/2 inch rather, right up here. Okay, so we've got those pieces, and then we've got this one. So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to put this one down, and we're going to glue this. This is what's holding this one in place, okay? We're going to glue that 1/2 inch little tab piece right here on this side of the fold, to the left of the fold. All right, we're going to glue that down. And then, because we don't want that piece to show, we're going to glue this piece, the pocket piece, we're going to glue that on 3 sides over that. Okay, let me grab my glue. I have a brand new bottle of Cosmic Shimmer glue, and I 100% always forget to open it. So I got to take some time to clip the top off. There we go. Man, it never fails. Okay, so we're going to put just a line there. And of course, any paper that you're going to use, you might use different kinds of paper. So your patterns and everything are going to go a different direction. So I'm just kind of trying to be aware of that. Now, I should have done this before I glued that in, but that's okay. So I'm going to just take a ruler. I'm going to mark the center for my little notches. So we want those to just have a little visual. Most times I just eyeball it, but because they're going to be aligned in a row, I want them to be pretty straight. And then this one. You guys are in for a treat today because I hate measuring. I just loathe it because it slows me down. I always like to just go for it, but that's not fair to you guys, so we really need to do some measuring here. All right, so I'm just doing my little notch. This is a 2-inch wide circle punch, and I have opened a little Amazon store with some links in it. So if you guys want to know where I'm getting my tools and stuff, just look down below in the supply list. All right, there's that one. There's this, I don't know if you could see it, the little notch. And I'm doing like a quarter of the punch. All right, we're not doing much because these are pretty shallow little tuck spots. All right, so now we can go ahead and add some glue for our little tuck spot pockets right there. And right there. You can use tape runner, whatever you prefer. All right, so now we're going to put glue. We're making a pocket, so we're leaving that open. Just doing kind of that U shape. All right, and we've got, I'm folding that up because I want to make sure it doesn't get in the way. And I'm a little over to the right too far, so thank goodness for the glue because you can just kind of move it. All right, then I just like to go down the bone folder and make sure everything is attached. All right, so then it's like this, and then you guys don't forget, we've got this little piece right here. Now, I'm not sure, I think I'm going to use this opposite side because there's a lot of pattern going on right here. Okay, so let's use this side that's just a little less. And then what I would like to do is do this, and this, and then you just overlap these pieces. And then a little bit farther down the road here, we're going to glue something over that, and then this just slides on and off. That's your closure. All right, so let's open this up. Pocket, tuck spot, flap, something to go here. All right, so to be honest with you, I'm going to figure out what's going to go in here, and we'll be back. All right, I'm back. I wanted to mention that I forgot to ink all of my edges, you guys. So I would definitely encourage you to do that before you glue the whole thing together. I just went around quickly and just did the best I could around these little notches and just around the edges and stuff. So it's not something you have to do. It's just something I'm inclined to do. It kind of defines the edges a little bit. All right, so we're gonna make all the fun stuff that goes on the inside. So I've pre-made a couple of things, and then I'm gonna go over that and show you what's involved in that. Buried them under all of my little goodies here. So I've got these layered tags, okay, and I just make them with this 3-tag punch. And it takes a 2.5 inch tag, it makes a 2.5 inch tag, 2 inch, and a 1.5 inch. And I recently opened an Amazon store. You can find that down in my supply list, and it shows you all my tools, where I get my scissors and my tags and everything. So this is a really handy one. I use it almost every time. So for this, you guys, I did add another sheet of paper because we used the One Sheet Wonder on making the base. And what I did for that was I just used this one, which is the other kind of a tealy blue from the same paper pack. Okay, so I used that to make this 2.5 inch tag. I used some silver, like Miri cardstock, to make another one because I thought that just worked really well with this. And then I've got that little bit of vellum, and I tore that edge right there. And then right here I added in another circle punch, and this is just a 1-inch circle punch. And to do that, I just kind of focused in on an area of like the little berries, and then just punched that and inked around the edges, and then foam taped that. And then right here are some little tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers, which I love to use, and I just lift those off with just this little pokey tool, and I will show you how to do that. And then tying everything together as I'm layering them, okay, with some little navy blue jute twine. And yeah, that just goes right in there. And then I like to kind of take these and then just have the first tag or so sticking out, just so it makes it just a fun presentation. You can do the second one like that. Then this pocket right here is quite deep, and so I used one of the cutouts from the paper pack like that, and I just cut it down. You'll see I cut a little bit from the top and the bottom because I wanted to make it 5 inches, and then it's 4 inches wide naturally, but I wanted to give it extra space to fit in this pocket. And that's just a nice little journaling spot. You could also add a little photo on the back of that if you'd like. So that's just going to go right in there. Right now, we still have this spot to deal with right here. So what I thought is I could do some more layering tags. So I've got this one right here. I've inked the edges on all of these tags. There's another little vellum one. I tore the bottom edge of that. And what's really nice about these punches, you just take your scraps really. This one is 2 inches wide, so it fits nicely. Just use your paper trimmer to cut those down to the right amount. And then I just vellum tears really, really nicely. You just have a really subtle torn edge, layer that. I didn't want to have a big tag be vellum because it just sort of disappears right there, but if you layer them, I think it looks really nice. It looks a little snowy. And then I've got another one. So this one is going to be a 4-layer tag. Just like that. Take your little pokey tool to get everything aligned. Take some of this navy blue twine. And this comes in a big pack of different colors. I'll link that below as well. And then if you're not comfortable tying a bow, which is, you know, it's just like tying your shoe, like that. And then the bunny loop. And then I always tell people the first time that you tie the bow, it's not done yet. You have to finesse. You have to pull it down small to tighten it. You get the loops even. And then you got to trim those tails to the right length. I don't want my tails to be sticking out of my book, so make those a little smaller. Now it's ready to go. All right, so now what I can do is I'm going to actually glue this tag to make a little side pocket, just something a little bit different. And wouldn't you know, I'm actually filming this. I cheated, you guys. I'm filming this the next day, and I didn't cap my glue. And so now I got to open it up. This is just going to be the video of Lene having glue problems. There we go. That wasn't so bad. All right, so we're just going to take a little bit here, like that. This side is going to be the back of the pocket, and then just a little bit there. Okay, I want to leave kind of that part open. Right there. Let's move this down a little bit, actually. All right, so this side is open. I did it as opposed to this side because that's just in the fold, and that'll be in the way, but how cute, you could put a little gift card in there, something like that. And then I'm just going to take, I cut this down so it's a little bit smaller. You could use just a little anything, just like love, so cute, on there to just draw attention to these tags. And then you would want to definitely have a little bit of that gift card sticking out so people knew it was there. sets there. Okay, so now we have one more big space that I intentionally left free to do something, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. So I took my vellum paper and I cut right out of there. I wrote this down. So this is 8 inches by 5.5 inches in the vellum, and you'll see 5.5, this is 6-inch tall. I just wanted a little border there. All right, and then we're going to score it. We're going to use a little bit more of this vellum. Am I done using the vellum? I'm done using the vellum. All right, so we're going to put this on the scoreboard, and we're going to score it at 2 inches on this side and 6 inches on this side. And then we're going to fold that over. We're going to make what's called a gatefold. For those of you who are new to this, it's a gatefold. It opens like that. Okay, and it looks like I cut this like really in a hurry. So I think I need to do a little adjustment. It's a little bit taller here. Yeah, what was going on there? I used my my trimmer too. All right, that's pretty good. So we're going to glue that right there. A lot of people worry about vellum and glue showing through that, but we're just going to cover it up anyway with paper. So I'm just going to put that right there. I like to make my little books, little journals, whatever you're going to use it for, interactive. So that's just part of this. All right, so I cut down some of that plaid paper that is from the Joyful Christmas paper pack. I'll link that down below too. And ink the edges black. That's going to cover up that ink very nicely. That glue very nicely. Just like that. Okay, oh, and I should mention, I cut that one to, it's like 4 3/4 of an inch wide to 4 3/4. No, that's not right. Yeah, 3 3/4 to 4 3/4. All right, so that I'm just going to leave because you could journal on there, you could put some white cardstock on there and journal on it. You could glue a photo or tack a photo in. I am a big proponent of sharing old photos. I go through our family photos occasionally. I have so many, and I gift them to family members. So that's just an important thing. Share those. At the very least, take a digital photo of it. Just place it on your kitchen counter and take a digital photo. Black and white photos photographed so beautifully, and you don't have to have any experience doing it. And then just, send them in an email or a text to family and friends. All right. So that's going to be easy to do. So now we just need something right there that we could use as a little bit of a closure. So let's do this. This is a 2-inch circle punch. This is the Silver Muri cardstock. I'm going to put that right there. And then we are going to just put a little bit of glue on the left side. And the reason I did it like that is I didn't want to put glue on the circle and have it kind of accidentally go on this side. So you just put a little bit of glue right there, and then it's going to open like that. And then we're going to put a little bit of a decoration right there. I have a little scrap left over here. And let me see, this is a 1.5-inch punch. It's going to be too small. Let's try another one. Let's try another. Here we go. Okay, and then you can just sort of cut out flowers like this. And I think it just makes sort of a nice little, it almost zooms in on them, which I think is really sweet. And then ink those a little bit, and that's going to go right over the center of that, but I am going to add a little bit of foam tape, which I have to open my drawer. Some people ask me what kind of little studio or craft room I have, and I actually did a video on it. If you go back, oh gosh, probably a year and a half, you can see my little studio makeover video. But it's really nice and tidy in that video. It doesn't stay that way, just like anybody else, whether you're on your kitchen counter. It just does not stay. All right, so there we go. There's our little gatefold, and then you could also put another pocket in here. There's a lot of options with this. We have our little hidden pocket right here. We've got our pockets here, here, here. Now we're going to go to the front. Okay, I just want to make sure my little jute twine pieces are there. All right, so remember, we're going to do that little belly band. All right, so this is that 1 by 12 inch strip that I cut off before when we first were laying everything out. I inked the edges black, but then I wanted a little something else to kind of break up all the pattern on the paper. So I went ahead and cut this. This is 1.5 inches by 12 inches. So it's just a little bit larger. We're going to go ahead, glue that down. And then we're going to refold that. And while I'm doing this, I'll remind you guys how I love to give away my projects. I leave that up to my editor, my sister-in-law, Carrie. Hi, Carrie. She picks the winner. I do not. I don't have anything to do with that. But she picks the winner every week, and then we will announce it in next week's video. So you got to watch this week's video and next week's video to see if you're the winner. And we also have been announcing it now on our community page, because we were going a while there without anybody claiming them, and it was just too sad. It was so sad when people didn't claim those prizes. So now we also announce that in a community page, and that's just for our subscriber friends. So if you like, comment, and become a subscriber, you will be entered into win when you participate in that video for the week. All right, so let's see, let's do another circle. And I also will ask that some of you have been so kind to participate in our super thanks down below the video. YouTube has that available. And also the buy me a cup of coffee that we have going on, which is great because I use that money for shipping. And that is exclusively what it's used for, because nobody's sponsoring my video. I just do this as a hobby. So that helps me out a lot. There we go. Ooh. Just a little bit of foam tape there. And there we go. That's gonna go there. Oops. And I need more foam tape. I really do like adding foam tape to give that dimension. You don't have to use as much as I do, but it's just so nice to have that dimension there. Now I actually want to put this so it's going to align on the fold like that. All right, so there we have it. Maybe we should put a little extra love on this. I didn't want to theme this Christmas, even though I have Christmas tiny words and phrases dazzles. Maybe I'll link those down below as well, because it is winter theme, and you could give this as a birthday gift or what have you. There you go. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to participate in our little giveaway. So like, comment, be a subscriber, and then you'll be entered in to win this prize. You got to watch next week's video, or definitely look in on our community tab. If you hit that bell right up there, that'll definitely help you know if you have been selected. You'll get a little message. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. I'll see you in the next one.